Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's yours truly, Kevin Key. Kevin Key Speaks, and I'm back. What are we going to talk about today, though? How about It's on the Way? You know, a lot of times when we talk about things being on the way, it sounds so good, right? It hypes us up. It's on the way. It's on the way. But the question comes in, how far down the line is on the way? When on the way seems like days, months, years, it's hard to stay excited that long, right? Because we're trying to figure out, how do we keep the momentum going day in and day out as we talk to people and we tell them, oh, it's still coming. And they're like, hey, is that big break here yet? Is the project jumping off? Tell me the update of what you're doing on your music or your job or even your own business. And as people continue to ask you, sometimes you're like, man, I don't want to bring it up anymore because then I got to tell them it hasn't happened yet. So how do we stay motivated? You know, I think about my TV series Miss Audition that's now streaming on Tubi and the Roku network, shameless plug. But what a lot of people didn't know is that this project started a year ago. So last year in November is when we actually shot the episode. And it's taken us all the way over until now to get it on the network, which it just aired in the end of August. But let's go back a little bit further. Another little known fact is that Miss Audition is not a new script. I actually wrote this back in 2015, which is when I was this budding videographer just trying to figure out how to make movies. So the first revision of Miss Audition was not anywhere near what it looks like today. But I had a vision and I was willing to just try and just see what happens. So I made the Miss Audition in 2015. It didn't really go anywhere, but I got the experience. And then comes 2023 when I have more experience, more resources, and I decide, let's go back to something that I did previous and see what I can do about it. So I went back, but I didn't take what I had and just use it like it was. I took the skills and the knowledge and the experience that I have today and I made it better. I put some work into it. I invested. I had a writer's room come together, give me feedback on what they thought. I ended up having a script coverage company to go in and look at the script to find the different holes and things. I had some of my friends look at it. So what am I talking about here? Enlarging the reach, enlarging the pool of people that can help. Now, granted, you need to have people that are in your corner that are going to try to encourage your dream to move forward and not discourage you. One thing to note, though, a lot of us will take discouragement and throw that word on positive criticism. Sometimes our friends are asking us questions to get us to think about what steps we're actually taking, and we can confuse that into negativity. But for the people that actually care about us, they're trying to make sure that we're not missing the holes because they want our launch this time to be successful. So that's a point for you all. Be able to qualify if the questions that the people around you are asking you are there to discourage you or simply cause you to think. So here I go. People are thinking, people are asking questions, people are helping me. I'm able to bring on a crew now to help. Back then, it was just me, Kevin with a camera and a microphone and a gimbal and a slate. It was cool for that season. And I think sometimes we're trying to redo old seasons with the old resources in times that are new. So in the new time that you're doing stuff, you've got to approach it a different way. And so that's what we did with Miss Audition 2024. We approached it a different way. We brought in people. We used the resources. We invested in ourselves. Sometimes you just got to get out there and do it. And 2015, Kev just got out there and did it. And that laid the groundwork for 2024. So what am I saying here? There's a lot of dreams that you all had back in 2015, back in 2000, back in earlier, depending on how old you are, may have been last year, that you kind of looked at and thought they were a failure. But it's time to dust them off, reevaluate, revamp, bring in a new team, look at your new resources, and see how you can make it better. Don't settle for the old version and just pull back out what you had. It's time to be innovative, it's time to be creative, and it's time to revamp. It's time to make it new. It's time to show everybody what you've learned between then and now. You got this. This is yours truly, Kevin Key. Kevin Key Speaks. It's time to make it happen, because if you don't stop, it's still on the way. KevinKeySpeaks.com, and I will see you on the next one.